Amasuya, Amajuja, Amageja. Tawantinsuyu, the Inca Empire, the greatest empire of the pre-Columbian Americas. If you've seen The Emperor's New Groove, then this is the civilization that movie was based off. If you haven't, feel free to pause this video and go watch it. I can wait. Welcome back. Now, as I was saying, Tawantinsuyu was the largest empire west of the Atlantic Ocean. It covered a great part of the Andes mountain range and stretched all the way down to the Pacific Ocean, or as might have been said in Runasimi, the Pacific Mamacucha. The Incas also constructed the greatest road system the world had ever seen, Capacñan, without having developed the arch, a writing system, more on that later, or even the wheel. They succeeded in outroading the Romans. Some Runasimi words have even managed to enter the English language, such as with puma, condor, and guano. They've had more success in Spanish with words like cancha and cura. Regardless, as an old world civilization, Tawantinsuyu is viewed as a paradox. It lacked much of what many considered essential for what at best can be considered a Bronze Age civilization. Missing along with the aforementioned arc, writing system, more on that later, and wheel was the implementation of draft animals and the circulation of currency. And before anyone asks, yes, the people did still pay taxes. Literally not having money was no excuse for the people to not pay taxes. In fact, there was a particular province in modern-day Colombia where everyone had to submit a quill full of live lice every 4 months as their taxes. Perhaps with more time, new discoveries and technologies that would have advanced the society of Tawantinsuyu in a way perfectly adapted to the needs of its people might have developed. Or maybe not. The people of Tawantinsuyu seem to have been very much adverse to change. Tawantinsuyu was also a short-lived empire, existing from 1438 to 1533. Many scholars date its humble beginnings, however, to the 13th century. In other words, established academia believes Tawantinsuyu became a regional power within the span of less than 400 years. One reason it is believed to have been able to expand so rapidly is because the adaptations, traditions, and innovation needed to survive in the Andes Cordillera had developed over the preceding millennia. This even applies to their capital city, Cusco. It doesn't just predate the Incas, it is the oldest, continuously inhabited city within the Americas, and it is estimated to be around 3,000 years old. The society that developed within Tawantinsuyu was one where political and ideological leadership was unified in their head of government, the Sapa Inca. Military power arose from a tangled mix of supernatural forces and human endeavor. Economic productivity, on the other hand, resulted from the gifts of the earth, labor shared through social ties, and the favor of deities. In the world of the Inca, priests could be generals, and the dead could contribute to state policy. Unfortunately, speaking in depth about Tawantinsuyu is a bit difficult. As mentioned earlier, they didn't have a writing system, or at least not exactly. They had quipu, knots tied to a string, and all sorts of information is said to have been recorded within them, such as the entirety of their history ranging from their origins to Atahualpa's conversation with Pizarro before being captured. At present, not only are we nowhere close to being able to decipher them, many doubt the claims made about quipu being able to record anything other than numerical values. Making things harder is that the Inca treated history much the same as in 1984. History was dynamic, open to change, and at the beck and call for those in power. If the past needed to be changed to fit a political need, then past Sapa Inca A would have all of his glory taken and given to Sapa Inca C. History for the Incas depended heavily on who the speaker was and what family he represented. There was no one single narrative for the chroniclers to record. Their end leaves little room for doubt. Tawantinsuyu was toppled in 1532. Less than 10 years before then, it was at the height of its power. Sapa Inca Tupac Amaru, their final ruler, was captured and executed in 1572. Fortunately, a lot of literature regarding Tawantinsuyu exists, and we've had hundreds of years to study it. Research continues to reveal more about this empire, and new data is published every year. Some fascinating topics I look forward to delving into include their sun god Inti, their ceremonies for initiating boys into adulthood, and the importance of llamas.